You see, today the Employee Central is the basic core of any HR systems being built or transformed by any large company. And with the growth of the business and with the very large number of employees behind it, first thing we need to make sure that the employee databases are maintained for across the countries, across the businesses in a very uniform manner because then only there could be analytics on that possible in a meaningful way, having a one version of truth, and that will help us in terms of building the strategies and how effective are the strategies. So success factor today plays a very good role where not only from a 30,000 feet you can look at it what the strategies are, what the overall dashboards for human resource development, or nowadays we call it human experience, is within the company, but also look at how various strategies taken are working in terms of the business outcome. And then coming to the from 30,000 feet to the ground level, I can also talk about how success factor has to be configured right at the development level and administrative level, how the problems are shot out, the basically technical details of how the there are foundation objects, there are generic objects, and for the employee there is a succession object data model, and then there is a corporate data model for the company's corporate data. And all of this will deep dive into how the not only the database for the employee fields but also the user interface objects, how they are managed, and then configuring basic data will help. One more thing which I want to talk about here is that one of the powerful things will be in terms of the user interfaces for workflows. A lot of workflows are possible within the systems where we could help in terms of building up a workflow from rules which will define how the documents will flow and how the routing of those documents will happen, how authorizations will be given. All of that can be configured in days, or maybe even hours. Very easily, very complex workflows can be configured, while as compared to systems, traditional legacy ECC or ERP, we will need days and maybe weeks to configure that. So workflow we could cover. Business rules can be built in without much programming. Yes, there is a little technical area, but you don't need to be a high level programmer of Python or Java or something. If you can have the logic and use that in English like SQL like commands, you can build the business rules and success factors. And then based on that, we would also, discuss how the effective date concepts, pick lists concepts, all of that is working. But ultimate aim is that we create a very good database of employees as well as the corporate database, and based on that, we should be able to automate the actions. When I say action, mean these are the transactions, the old time SAP HCM T codes. Those are not required here. PA 30, 40, 20 are not required here. Here you can just search like a Google search kind of a command you can use, and then those the options will appear to you. Do you want to configure UI object? Do you want to configure business rules? Do you want to build templates for automation? And all of these technology stack is very common to all the modules, especially the performance and goal management, learning, and finally, all of this will be explained and worked upon. But also, one key area where I will bring the, I can bring my expertise on the table is that I'm certified in SuccessFactor as well as I'm certified in SAP S/4HANA Finance. So how does, let's say, we run the compensation module in SuccessFactors? How do we post that for running the payroll in SuccessFactors, which is Employee Central Payroll? The core of that may still be very similar to SAP Payroll, HCM Payroll, but still the objects, the mapping of that to the info types, how the processings are done, and all the technology details of the payroll execution, reporting, and then finally posting it to financials. So that posting is a very critical part of the, I would say that which needs to be tested. It works, it works very well, and that's why most of the enterprises are continuing to use the SAP payroll, because right up to the, various, yeah, parameters which can be configured in the payroll for automation is extremely good, and they are already well proven. So with this background, I would say that we need to have a very detailed sessions on Employee Central, some of the module like performance and goals, where there are templates and how those templates are cascaded further, and then finally coming down to how the learning is configured, in the company, and compensation is configured, and of course the administrative things like mass templates to be used, the cleanup of data to be done, export or import of data, integration with other systems. You may have another system for your travel and expense management. So how does the employee data get integrated with that? How does the expenses get posted to the financials from that? All of that I can help. But as I said, I can do work on both the sides, the HCM as well as the financials. Thank you for your patience and have a nice day.